Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at 1980 songs with dark backstories or themes. Patience, Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose was in a relationship with Aaron Everly from 1986 to 1991. They were married in 1990, divorced in 1991.
Shed a tear 'cause I'm missing you. I'm still alright to smile.
Included on Guns N' Roses' album Lies, the ballad-style acoustic song Patience takes a break from shredding and screaming to ponder the realities of life.
Said sugar, make it slow, and we come together fine.
Everly began as the inspiration for Sweet Child O' Mine, but things didn't go as planned in Axl Rose's personal life, and thus, Patience was born. Though exact details are scarce, Axl Rose has admitted that the relationship was unstable, claiming they treated each other like crap.
You and I'll just use a little patience.
In 1994, Aaron Everly sued Rose for emotional and physical abuse, but the case was ultimately dismissed. Practicing patience isn't always the key, unfortunately, though it doesn't hurt to try.
'Cause I can't take it.
Every Breath You Take, The Police. First released on the Police's album Synchronicity, Every Breath You Take has become a well-known staple in music.
Every breath you take.
The thing is, it's been misinterpreted. The tune is not a love song, and Sting himself has said so. When he composed it, he was thinking of themes of control and Orwell's Big Brother. Essentially, the song is about stalking.
Oh, can't you see? You belong to me.
The line, "Can't you see, you belong to me," is a clue, as well as saying that everything she does, he'll be watching. Oddly enough, it's not the only Police song about creepy, wounded lovers. Can't Stand Losing You is about an obsessive man trying to desperately get his girl back, but is blocked at every turn. She doesn't want you, Sting. Stop being a creep.
Guess this is our last goodbye, and you don't care, so I won't cry.
Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen. Sometimes the tragedy lies not within the song, but with its process.
Now I've heard there was a secret chord.
The writing of Hallelujah was an arduous journey for Leonard Cohen. It took him 5 years and around 150 drafts.
It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth.
Cohen claims to have, at one particularly desperate point, found himself on the floor wearing only his briefs, scribbling in notebooks, and repeatedly introducing his head to the floor.
But it's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not some pilgrim who claims to have seen the light. No, it's a cold and it's a very broken hallelujah.
He himself couldn't explain the final product. He initially claimed it to be a reaffirmation of his faith, only later to call a hallelujah a moment of embracing the mess that is life. It's widely considered his magnum opus, yet perhaps also his greatest struggle as a poet and artist. Either way, it's equal parts melancholy and beautiful.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
The Living Years, Mike and the Mechanics. This song came about after members of Mike and the Mechanics were discussing their fathers and discovered that at least 3 of them had passed on.
Every generation blames the one before.
The Living Years is told from the point of view of a son having lost his father and lamenting the conversations they could have had when he was alive.
You say you just don't see it. He says it's perfect sense.
The song's anthemic chorus might sound positive, but the words speak differently. It's too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye.
Say it loud. Say it.
It's also an interesting take on how much is often left unresolved when someone passes away. It acts as kind of a call to action to make the most of connecting with loved ones while they're still around.
I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say.
Suffer Little Children, The Smiths. The Smiths had a wide library of sad songs, and Suffer Little Children borrows from true crime tragedy.
Over the mall, take me to the mall.
In the early 1960s, 5 children's lives were taken in the Saddleworth Moors near Manchester, England.
Leslie Ann and your pretty white beads.
The perpetrators, Myra Hindley and Ian Brady, were found guilty of 3 of the 5 at the time Morrissey and guitarist Johnny Marr wrote the song. They were later convicted of the other 2. The children's remains were found buried in the moors, a solemn stretch of land filled with unstable soils and grasses.
You might sleep, but you will never dream.
A haunting but respectful song about unconscionable acts. Suffer Little Children showed the Smiths were both immensely talented musicians and courageous in their willingness to address difficult subject matter.
Oh, Manchester, so much to answer for.
Jump, Van Halen. Ah, the stadium-filling anthemic tunes of Van Halen. The song Jump is ultimately a positive tune.
I get up, and nothing gets me down.
David Lee Roth penned a song encouraging listeners to persevere, to roll with the punches. The thing is, the chorus was inspired by something not so uplifting.
Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the record machine.
Roth said that he saw a news report on a jumper, an individual taking their own life by leaping from a height. He imagined that someone in the crowd below must have been shouting, "Go ahead and jump."
Can't you see what I mean?
The context was changed to an optimistic call to action at the suggestion of one of Van Halen's roadies, a positive tune with grim origins.
Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump.
Love Will Tear Us Apart, Joy Division. Joy Division singer-songwriter Ian Curtis was a troubled man.
When routine bites hard and ambitions are low.
At the time of writing Love Will Tear Us Apart, he had been recently diagnosed with epilepsy, had marital issues with his wife Deborah Woodruff, and was struggling with the mounting stresses of his career.
Why is the bedroom so cold? Turned away on your side.
The song's title has been interpreted as a response to Captain and Tennille's Love Will Keep Us Together, a melancholic response to a more positive perspective of love.
You cry out in your sleep, all my failings exposed.
Curtis's words are even more haunting when you consider he took his own life only 1 month before the single's release. It's an intimate and unsettling view into Curtis's mind at a particularly dark time.
Love will tear us apart again.
Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen. There are a number of songs considered patriotic which are actually the complete opposite. Born in the USA was originally titled Vietnam, which should be a good indication that it's not a patriotic exclamation, but rather a lamentation of war. The chorus is supposed to be interpreted as a frustration, not a rally cry. Springsteen was inspired by the novel Born on the 4th of July, which led him to meet with multiple veterans. He wrote numerous songs about the Vietnam War, but Born in the USA is by far his most well-known, as well as the most misinterpreted. Sunday Bloody Sunday, U2. Ireland has a history of violence brought upon by civil unrest.
I can't believe the news today.
In 1972, a protest against the practice of internment without trial in Northern Ireland took place in Derry, boasting around 15,000 participants.
How long must we sing this song? How long?
The march had been banned by authorities, who sent in the British Army to suppress it. Things soon escalated, and the soldiers opened fire on the crowd, ultimately taking 14 lives.
Broken bottles on the children's fields.
The day has been known as Bloody Sunday, which served as the inspiration for the U2 song. Evocative and devastating, both the visceral imagery and Bono's anguished and furious vocals paint a vibrant picture of a tragedy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
99 Luft Balloons, Nina.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ich ein Lied für dich von.
Things sometimes get lost in translation, which was the case with Nina's 99 Luft Balloons. The band itself wasn't quite on board with the English version, so let's stick to the original German one.
99 Luftballons, ihren Weg zum Horizont.
The song was inspired by two things: guitarist Carlo Kargas spotting red balloons during a performance in West Berlin, wondering what would happen if they drifted into East Berlin, and a news story about American students playing a prank to simulate a UFO with 99 balloons.
Krieg und Volksmacht, man hätte das gedacht.
The lyrics tell of the military being deployed to investigate possible UFOs, finding nothing, but proceeding to use the opportunity to display their force to bordering nations. Though undeniably catchy and well-crafted, knowing this Cold War-era context lends 99 Luft Balloons much further depth.
Denk an dich und lass ihn fliegen.
Did any of these surprise you? Let us know in the comments.
Not here.